In North Kansas City. Our presenters will provide a closer look at a subtle but very important part of our business community. The common thread across the North Kansas City businesses that we'll look at today is they offer a wide range of creative services. You'll see how they're shaping the world around us, near, and how they shape the world far, and their impact here in North Kansas City in terms of our image, our employment, and of course our economy. Our local creative community spans a wide array of disciplines, and taken together they represent one of the largest concentrations of creative firms in the metro area. Think of them as our crossroads of the Northland. Our presenters today represent two of the creative firms of North Kansas City. They are Angie Martin, who is the office manager at Exhibit Associates, and Dalen Novak, a principal with WSKF Architects. A lot of credit also needs to go to Vince Majors, a newly appointed principal and a longtime marketing manager at WSKF Architects, and a fierce competitor when it comes to trivia contests, for suggesting the idea for this program and then putting it all together. So thank you for your work, and thank you guys for being here. So why don't you come on up, do what you want to do, and talk about the great businesses we have here in North Kansas City.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff. I'm just kidding. I'm Angie Martin. I'm the office manager at Exhibit Associates. I've been there for 2 years, but Exhibit Associates has been around for 40. Just to give you kind of a brief overview, we do trade show exhibits, museum exhibits, corporate displays, pull-up banners, all of that good stuff for marketing. So, creativity abounds in North Kansas City. I'm going to let Dalen introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Dalen Novak. I'm with WSKF Architects. I was a project architect until just recently I became a principal at our firm. I've been with the firm 14 years now, and we do a little bit of everything. We do commercial work. I do a lot of public safety projects, so fire and police stations. I do a lot of senior living projects, but anything commercial. We do education as well, and you'll see a little bit of our work as well as some of Angie's company's work here in our presentation today, as well as some of the other firms that are here. So thank you for coming today.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started, I think. Okay, there we go. All right, so first a bit of history about North Kansas City. It was incorporated in 1912 by the ASB Corporation, which, if you're familiar at all with North Kansas City, you know these names. Armour and Company, which is the meatpacking plant, Swift and Company Meatpacking, Burlington Northern, which is the railroad. ASB also formed the North Kansas City Development Corporation, and the Burlington Northern built the ASB Bridge in 1911, which is the first bridge to North Kansas City from Kansas City, and that's a picture of the bridge there. It still stands today. It was a drawbridge, and the bottom was for the train and the top was for the cars. Okay, so North Kansas City grew into an industrial and manufacturing hub, and we all know this, we can see it. It's one of the region's best known industrial hubs, and it's a proud heritage that's a critical part of North Kansas City today. For example, XL2 that's just down the street is a big manufacturing plant. Okay. So that growth brought about other community institutions. So as years went on, we got the public services, the fire and police, the park system. We got North Kansas City Hospital that was formed in 1958. The school district was formed in 1913. And you've got the pictures there of the hospital and the council. So North Kansas City is emerging as an entertainment district for the Kansas City area. New names are joining longtime names that are out there. Colin Jacks has been around for years, and Hawaiian Brothers, which just opened, Harrah's. This complements the character of the North Kansas City downtown area. Also, with the new pedestrian and bicycle-friendly trails, that makes it comparable to City Market or the Plaza as far as the Northland goes.
So with the entertainment district, more recently, we've noticed an organic growth in the community, the creative community for North Kansas City. So North Kansas City's 4.6 miles is one of the largest concentrations of creative communities or firms here in the metro. So we've been, and Jeff mentioned it as well, think of it as the crossroads of the Northland. That's something my office has been saying a lot here recently. There's a wide array of different types of businesses and different disciplines, and we're going to cover those here in a little bit. But we're shaping not just our economy here in North Kansas City, but also kind of the greater world as well. With that, so who are we talking about? And here's a listing of some of those companies. So graphic designers, trade exhibit designers, landscape architects, photographers, interior designers, play environment designers, and you can see all the list here. There's quite a few of them, and I don't even think we've got all of them listed here either. There's some more. The photo that you're seeing is of Illusions Unlimited, and they create those kind of pieces like that. It's an exhibit type of piece. They create it and design it as well as fabricate it in-house, and they have a space that you can use as an event space as well. So here is a list of some of those firms that we're talking about. Again, this is not a comprehensive list. It's just a list of some of the ones that we know well. You can see those names. It's, like I said, it's a snapshot of the variety. This document to the right is a promotional material that was done by ProPrint Digital for the Hilton President Kansas City Hotel. So these creative community partners here in town are shaping how we live. So we got a couple examples here. Olson worked on the residence at Prairie Fire in Overland Park, and McClure Engineers also worked on the Avenue 81, also in Overland Park. They are two of the largest employers of creative people here in the North Kansas City area. The picture on the bottom is a photo that my company has done. It's Santa Marta Senior Living Facility in Olathe, Kansas. Some more shaping the business. So how do we shape the business here? We have another large employer here in town is Accent Controls. They do industrial and automation design. Mormon Architecture and Design designed the offices for Cerner in Lee Summit. Bluebird Underground Data Center in Springfield, Missouri, and the Garmin facility were both projects that FP&C worked on. I'm sorry, guys. Shotland Photography worked on the Haldex corporate imaging. They do, like he said, a lot of different types of corporate photos, as well as here's another picture of Accent Controls, a conveyor automation design system. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, this thing is like making me click it like 10 times before it switches. Okay, the creative firms here in town are also shaping how we market and advertise. There's an example up in the upper left-hand corner of ProPrint Digital's graphic design and printing abilities for Jewelry by Morgan. A lot of people know Signcraft does 2D and 3D printing type signs, but they also do vehicles graphics as well, as you see in that lower left-hand corner. Angie's company provided the image of one of their exhibits at Andrews McNeil Publishing Company. And creative firms are also helping how we play and have fun as well. Buffalo Park in Wichita, Kansas was designed by Olson and Oshner Hair & Hair, a studio of Olson, as well as Bryan Associates designed the playground equipment there for Lions Park in Bonner Springs, Kansas as well. Some additional play and have fun photos that we have here is Bryan Associates designed that playground equipment for Northview Elementary School here in the Northland. The North Kansas City Dog Park entry sign was done by Signcraft. It's also right the north side of our town here in North Kansas City. Harvest Productions worked on the KC Live and Power and Light District project as well. How the community is also shaping how we nurture creativity. So we are creative firms, we also need to nurture that as well. So Expressive Arts is a newer company here in North Kansas City. They're at 500 Armour Road, and they have programs for both children and adults for for visual and performing arts. So there's a couple pictures kind of demonstrating what they are capable of doing. The creative community here in North Kansas City is also helping shape how we learn. The building on the left that you see is the Robert W. Plaster Free Enterprise Center at Park University that just went under construction here in December. This was a great collaboration between my firm, WSKF Architects, Olson, and Ochsner, Hare & Hare, as well as Harvest Productions. So that project should be complete here in fall of 2021. Also, another project here, right here in our backyards, is Mormon Architecture and Design, worked on the North Kansas City School District Central Office addition and renovation project. The community here is also shaping how we protect. This is one project by FP&C. They worked on the National Security Campus here in Kansas City. And then my firm worked on the Fire and Police Tactical Training Center in Owasso, Oklahoma as well. That project was just completed as well. And then I gave you a list here of additional projects that have been worked on by the firms that we've been talking about here. I mean, you can see the footprint. It's all over the United States, from Oklahoma, Colorado, Oregon, Iowa, Nebraska. And the picture on the right there is the George Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, and McClure worked on that in LA. So back to Angie.
I swear I know how to work computers. There we go. Okay. All right. So as far as employment in North Kansas City, all of these firms that we've been talking about have brought at least 350 jobs just to North Kansas City. If any of you are from these firms that we've been discussing, I'd like you to stand up at this time just so we can recognize you.
I think, or firms that aren't, that haven't been recognized, that are also creative, but stand up. Anybody in the creative world.
So bringing all of that creativity to North Kansas City really elevates the appeal and makes it a wonderful place to work, live, and visit. And it conveys the image that North Kansas City welcomes creative entrepreneurs into our town. The creative firms that we do have here are excellent at collaboration and the synergy, and we just need to keep that focus going, such as the Park University project that we have multiple firms working on. So that's the end of our presentation, unless anybody would like me to sing karaoke, because I do have a microphone. So I'm going to open it up for questions now. Any questions? Oh, yes, sir.
I wonder if anybody in the audience can think of other businesses that you all didn't think about for this presentation.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but does anybody have another company that is creative that we didn't bring up that we should? Yes. Oh.
There is a new project going in at 14th. Sorry, over by the highway somewhere. The rabbit hole. It's going to be very creative in how they tell stories.
Oh, I think I have heard about
It's
that
an
one,
interactive
yeah.
museum storytelling.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It is.
Okay, the rabbit hole. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So the rabbit hole. Any others? Well, if there are no other questions, we're going to turn it over to. No, there you go.